How do we get from the point of the Ten Commandments to the corruption in the temple? What's the straight line that gets us from one to the other? That point is the same moral line that gets drawn always. And that moral line is as follows. I'm a good person. Good people do good things. What I do is good. If I'm a good person, as I understand myself to be, what I do must be fine. But when Jesus comes and overturns all the tables and scatters the money changers and drives everybody out, he is letting them know in the flesh what Moses let them know in stone, that the moral law of the universe exists outside you. It is not governed by you, it is not made by you, and you have no right, nor authority, nor ability to change it. You can't make it into anything other than what it is. Moses shows you that in stone. Christ shows you that in flesh. You don't become a good person just by virtue of you being yourself. The moral law that is outside you is the measurement against which we must all be measured. And it doesn't become easier just because we want it to be. Without that objective reality, stone, flesh and blood, standing outside of you, letting you know what the moral law is. Without that, it can and easily is anything you want. Laws chiseled into stone that don't move are very hard to keep. The reason we want to write them in water is so that we can change them easily to fit where we're at right now, but they're not. They're in stone, engraved in there forever, for all time. They don't change, they don't move based on where we happen to be. Well, in the same way that we might complain about how unfair it is that the laws exist outside of ourselves, it is unfair, but as usual, it's unfair in our favor. The thing about being a Christian is that our faith is not based on a law that we can keep. Our faith is based on a law that was kept. And just like with the Ten Commandments being a block of stone that doesn't move, the crucifixion of Christ doesn't change. It's a thing that happened. It's there. It's in history. It's done now. And nothing that you and I can do or say can move that or change it. At the moment of the crucifixion of Christ, when he gave up his life, his work was accomplished and done and fulfilled. Folks, this is why we preach Christ and him crucified. Because deep down, you know that the law exists outside you. You know that the law exists outside of you. But I'm here to let you know that the gospel exists outside of you too. That the righteousness of Christ is given to you through his cross. Jesus Christ died on the cross. That is, it exists. It does not move or change based on how well behaved or poorly behaved you are. It is. In the same way that the Ten Commandments just are, the crucifixion of Christ just is. And as such, you, sinful and tired, broken and worn out, at the end of your rope, you've got something to believe in that isn't just how darn well you're doing all the time. You get to believe in Jesus Christ and him crucified. The crucifixion of Christ is a stark reminder to you of the price, not that you have to pay, but was paid for you.